Hello friends, today we will start with our fourth module, which is tourism marketing research. In this lecture, we are going to discuss need for tourism marketing research, activities in tourism marketing research, types of tourism marketing research. So to start with, let us try to understand first what do we mean by tourism marketing research. Tourism marketing research is actually a process to identify and define the marketing opportunities and problems. It also monitors and evaluates the marketing actions, means the outcome of these marketing actions and performances, and communicates the findings and implications of management. So let us try to first of all understand a couple of words, terms which we have used in this definition. First term is opportunities, identification of opportunity. What do we mean by identification of opportunity? UNWTO, in its latest Tourism Confidence Index survey of tourism professionals, indicated that more travel to and around the Middle East and Africa is taking place due to implementation of a unified tourist visa by Gulf Cooperation Council, that is GCC. So due to implementation of a common visa, there are more people who are traveling now to Middle East and Africa. So if we look at it carefully, this is actually an opportunity. Because of easy accessibility, there are more people now who are traveling to Middle East and Africa. So if the company does a marketing research to find out which are those places where people mostly preferring to travel due to this change in international laws and treaties, then in that condition it becomes an opportunity for the company to come up with a new product. Next term which we have used here is problems. What are the problems? Now let's talk about volatile oil prices. Now volatile oil prices due to wars in certain parts of the world and other big problems which this industry faced was finding the skilled staff to fill the vacancies and meet the expectations of the tourist. So oil prices are continuously going up and down. In fact, let me tell you, it is going higher and higher only because of what's taking place in different parts of the world. This has resulted into a continuous hike in the cost of the product, as a result of which coping up with the profit margin is becoming difficult for the tour management companies. So this is a problem. The company needs to find a solution for this. And next one is to find out the skilled labor, skilled human resource who can actually meet the expectations of the tourist, especially if I talk about post-COVID. Post-COVID-19, there are so many people, human resource, who were working with tourism industry earlier, have now migrated to other industries. As a result of which, there is a acute crisis of human resource, or let me tell you, the skilled human resource in the industry. So this is also becoming one of the problems. So industry needs to find a solution. Companies need to find a solution for this. Now next is monitor and evaluate marketing action and plans. What does company do? Company comes up with certain schemes. Company comes up with certain marketing campaigns. So it needs to evaluate its own performance of these marketing campaign with respect to the goal or the objective which they have actually defined before starting these campaigns or these these tasks which it has done. So in the previous lecture, I told you that measuring the performance of direct marketing campaign is easy by analyzing the number of quality of responses. This analysis is also one of the tasks of the tourism marketing research department. So tourism marketing research does not only, in this research, we don't just analyze the external or the macro environment, we also analyze the micro environment, the environment which is existing inside the company. Okay. Now, Let us try to understand what are the needs for marketing information. Why do we need marketing information? First is, consumers usually themselves can't tell what do they need and why they buy a particular product. They only know their outcomes. Outcome means what do they expect at the end of the tour, what kind of an experience are they looking for. So they only know their outcomes, like taking kids to a vacation, and if they can be more precise, like they have given a more serious thought to it, then maybe kids to a vacation for 4 to 5 nights in approximately 0.04 million, that is 4 lakh in Indian currency. But what they are not aware about is where do they want to go, why do they want to go, what do they want to do over there, etc. These kind of nitty gritties into the tour. So these requirement of the tourist have to be translated into a tour by having an understanding into them. So tourists are also not aware about why they should or shouldn't visit a destination. Okay, so it is the job of the tourism researcher to intervene here and to pose such questions and situations to the respondents, and respondent here is of course the tourist, which will force the tourist to think more deeply on his needs and also the reasons to buy a particular product, like taking kids to Japan to visit Nijigan no Mori, that is the world's largest theme based park, and not to Hong Kong, because Hong Kong is having Disneyland. Okay, and when we talk about Nijigan no Mori, it is the world's largest anime based park in Japan. So why tourists, why the kids want to go to Nijigan no Mori and not to the Disneyland in Hong Kong? That's what needs to be understood to visit Disneyland. Now what is the reason? The reason could be that teenager children are fan of Japanese comics and not the Disney based cartoon characters and cartoon character based comics. So that's how different age group children, they read different comics, they watch different kind of programs on TV, as a result of which this fanship shifts with age. Okay, so previously the same kid who wanted to go to Disneyland to Hong Kong may want to go to Japan to visit Nijigen no Mori. So that's what is to be understood by the marketer, explored by the marketer, to find out that the family of what age group of children would like to go to which country or which destination, and more importantly, what is the reason for this choice, for not choosing the previous choice, and for this change which comes up with age, the reason behind it. Because the reason is they were watching cartoon, more of Disney, now they could read it, so they have started reading the comics. Okay, so this is what is the job of the tourism marketer. Now next is, so the information must be collected from a wide range of sources. It cannot be on the basis of only what father is saying, mother is saying, or the bread earner of the family is saying, or the person who is working. The decision maker of a tour, see, most of the tours are family tours. So decision makers in a family is not just one person, not the bread earner or the the head of the family. There are kids, there are wife, there are parents, there are influencers also, like friends are there, neighbors are there. So we have to understand here this thing very clearly, that what do they want to go, what do they want to do, where do they want to do, why do they want to do, why they do not want to do certain things, and why these changes have been coming up with certain age. So when we talk about, here we need to understand that researcher needs to collect the information from varied sources so that maximum possible options from the market may be collected to take the right decision. Okay, it cannot be with limited sources. Now next is, in today's information overload, data is not a problem, but better information is a big deal. So nowadays, with so many of sources of information, the collection of information is not difficult. There is an overload of data present everywhere. It is not at all a difficult task. But what is difficult is that we get the quality information, the information which will lead us to the right decision. Now, meaning that collecting information from whoever the researcher is landing first is a complete no-no. Okay? No. It should not be like whoever you are landing first or meeting first. No. You have to decide from whom you want to collect the data and then only collect the data. But to clearly define the demographics of the desired respondent, like what is the age group of the respondents, what is the financial status of the respondents, what is the geographical area, that is origin where that respondent belongs to, and then family status like with kids, without kids, empty nest, aged people, retired, whatever, or living with even, family, maybe 70 plus years living with their, sons and daughters who are making money, and parents are retired, but then there's going to be a 50th anniversary, wedding anniversary. So the son or daughter has gifted a package to the parents. So, what is the family status? And then after ascertaining these aspects only, take the responses into consideration. So, not as per the convenience, but as per the requirement, and deciding in advance, and then only collecting the data from the desired, respondent. Now, after this, what happened that we have collected the data from the, right source of information. Then converting the volume of this consumer information into actionable marketing insight is a challenge. This is just data. Now, what to do of this data is a real challenge. So, after collecting all this information, it is very crucial to process it in such a way so that this may be translated into an actionable marketing insight. So, like for example, it is only possible to read Japanese comics after a child has learned to read. So, this segment of the market has more chances to have teenage children. Okay. Hence, providing them a family cottage in a package tour will be a good marketing tactic to attract, while there is still much younger kids who watch Disney based cartoons and are heartthrob fans of Disneyland. So, where they can meet their heroes, obviously Disneyland. So, if a company comes up with a tour package with an offer that family room will be provided at a normal standard room price, then it will attract the right customers. So, family room at a normal, standard room price to those family who are going to Disneyland as the kids are smaller, a very good tactic to attract the, right customer. And when we talk about those teenagers who are going to Japan, though, for them maybe a family cottage, because these are teenagers, and their maybe grandparents would also be traveling. So, there may be not just 2 generations, but 3 generations would be traveling together. So, that way if we see, we have different options available with us. When we collect this information, we need to analyze the information, we need to check the demographics of this information, we need to check the priorities and the reasons behind, reasons for these priorities, rejections and the reasons for these rejections, and then convert them to an actionable form. What is actionable form here? Actionable form is that providing them whether family cottage or providing them a family room. This is how the data can be used. So, this is how the information collection, processing and conversion of the processed information into an actionable insight is important for the marketing managers to have marketing information so that they can take decision, the right marketing decision for the right customer, which are as per the requirements of the market, that market which they want to serve. Now, this job is done by the marketing research section or customers insight team. Both of these are the same in the marketing department, and it is usually headed by the vice president customer insight or vice president marketing or marketing research It depends on the size of the company and what kind of departmentation is going to be there. But these are the different terms which are used for the designation of the person who heads these department. Now we will study activities of tourism marketing research. Now, tourism marketing research is performed to measure the marketing potential. A company wants to come up with certain package, a package to, let's say, Rajasthan. In Rajasthan is a state in India, in the month of maybe June or April. So it is very important to check the potential of this, package, as during April, May or June summer, nobody wants to go to Rajasthan. So what is the potential? So potential is about how many, I mean the numbers which can be sold, at what price it can be sold, at what profit percentage it can be sold. Who are the human resource who can sell this product, what kind of ICT change which needs to be done, do you have enough vendors to cater to the type of tourist whom you want to attract. So measurement of marketing potential is very important. It is also about, if a company wants to come up with certain kind of advertisement campaign, so what kind of advertisement campaign it should come up with? Should it come up with a printed one? Should it come up with an audio visual, maybe TV based, a YouTube based, social media based, WhatsApp messages, SMS, mailers, a number of options which are available with the company, and obviously company needs to decide that option which is going to give it the maximum output. Reason being that the resources are limited and company needs to use these resources to the best of its use. So that way marketing potential has to be assessed before taking any marketing action. Now competitive market. Competitive market means what is the market share? Out of the total people who travel from one origin to a destination, what is the percentage of people who travel with your company? What is the percentage of people who travel with, with your competition? What are the percentage of people who may be, flickering from your company to that company or from that company to your company? So this is market share analysis is very important. Now, determination of market characteristics. Market characteristics means what is the demographics, how frequently do they purchase, what is the lead time, what is their normal mode of communication. These all are market characteristics. Now, how many competitions are there? What kind of products your competition is supplying? At what price are they supplying? Who are their vendors? What are customers liking about your competition? And what are those aspects which your customers are liking about your products? These all are market characteristics. Okay. How do marketing, promotion, or maybe communicating about the product, that is supplying information about the product, is being done in that particular sector? Like you talk about people who are usually on the go. On the go means usually travel from one part of the world to another part of the world. They do not have time to come to your office to collect information, so they use emails. This is the most convenient way for them because they are like in different time zones. So as per their convenience they can use it. So these all are called market characteristics. Now next is sales analysis. What profit percentage is upselling taking place? Your sales team is lesser confident, needs some kind of training to know certain aspects about this product. How competitive is your sales team and sales officers in terms of their knowledge, in terms of human resource, in terms of availability of the products, in terms of location of these offices? So all these things play a very important role. Which sales office is giving a good profit percentage and which sales office is performing below expectations. So these all things come under sales analysis. Now next is studies of business trends. Let's talk about OTAs. When internet was not so prevalent around the world, then most of the time we used to sell products, that is tour packages or other services of tourism industry, through personal contacts or through fax or provide information through courier or phone calls. But nowadays, if we talk about, nobody, I mean, there's hardly you will find someone sending a courier with a brochure to a consumer. Mostly e-brochures. E-brochures are already available on the websites of the company. Or if there is a travel agency tour operator, which is not a big one, maybe they do not have a well developed website, or website is on maintenance, then in that condition e-brochures are even available on the WhatsApp, which can be sent on phone, which can be sent on email, etc. So that's how, this is a new business trend in terms of distribution. Okay, so study of these new trends which are coming up to be competitive, to be efficient, to be convenient as per the requirement of your customers. And this is what is the prime motive of all these activities, tourism marketing research, or any such, action which a company takes. Now, next is short range forecasting. How many leads can be expected? Short term means maybe one fortnight. Okay, so how many leads can be expected? What will be the conversion rate? Okay, how much sale can be expected? How many departures can be expected? These all are called short range forecasting. Short range forecasting is usually for 1 week to 2 weeks. Okay, now next is competitive product studies. With respect to the product of your competition, where does your product stand, in terms of its profitability, market penetration, prices, quality of services, convenience, probability of confirmation of services. So there are a number of aspects on the basis of which products have to be studied with respect to the products of the competition. Now, long range forecasting. Long range forecasting goes beyond 2 weeks to up to 1 year. So what is that total sale volume which the company can expect? But why do we need it? We need it because these things are important to decide on the inventory. Now you must be thinking, what inventory? Tourism industry is about intangible products. We have studied. So what inventory is needed? Inventory is needed. Inventory here is seats in aircrafts, airlines, then rooms in hotels, okay, then seats in coach, okay, then tour managers availability, then your guides availability, all these are your inventory. Restaurant to provide meal. These all things are part of inventory, tourism industry inventory. So until unless we do not have idea about what is the number, what are the numbers which we are expecting, how do you decide what are the numbers which you need to fulfill those promises which you want to sell to the tourist? So long range forecasting. Maybe slum, people are expecting a slum in the market. The moment it happens, the sale will go down. People will no longer be purchasing long duration expensive tours. Okay, so this is the type of forecasting which is required on the basis of the general status of the economy. Where is the business cycle standing? What is expected in international market? Okay, even if we talk about wars, these wars can also be predicted to certain extent. The natural disasters can be predicted to certain extent. Civil wars can be predicted. And all these things will suddenly take the market down. So when the market is going up, when the economy is doing well, when business is continuously progressing, people are getting job, people are making money, people are getting leaves also. All these things are very conducive for the tourism industry. And during this time, the demand is going to increase. So to fulfill these demands, we need to have these inventories in our hands. So these forecasting, even some availability of human resource, salesperson, accounts person, services person, operations person, who can fulfill these promises tourism company wants to sell to its tourist is very important. And all these are possible if we have done long range forecasting wisely. Okay. Now next is marketing information system studies internal records, marketing intelligence, marketing research, marketing decision support system. All these things they analyze to actually decide on what marketing team needs to do. Okay. It also tests the existing products. Okay, not just existing products, but those products which are in development phase. So whether the product has already been developed, available for sale, or it is in the development phase, it is the job of the marketing research team to find out the success probability or failure probability of these products. So now we will study about types of research. There are several types of researches, but due to limitation of time, I have given you 3 types of research: exploratory research, descriptive research, and causal research. Now, what is exploratory research? Exploratory research is done to gather preliminary information that will help define the problem and suggest hypothesis. Now, this clearly means that we are exploring something. What can we explore? We can explore that thing which is not known to us. So, when actually we have symptoms of a problem, but we have absolutely no idea why this problem has come up, then we further explore into the problem to get an insight about the problem. So, like net profit is going down, that's all. Company doesn't know much about it, it only knows that the net profit is going down. So it needs to collect preliminary information to find out what is the reason why net profit is going down. Is this that the cost of the product has increased? Is this that the advertisements have become very expensive? Is this that the company is giving a larger share of profit margin as commission? If there is such thing, then in that condition the company needs to sell more product through its own sales outlet and lesser by its sales partners to stop this commission to itself, to hold back this commission. So all these things are clearly saying that an exploratory research is needed when actually net profit is going down. Now next is descriptive research. Name itself is suggesting describe something. So we have explored, we have found out the problem. Now we will describe the problem. So to describe the size and composition of the market, very easy example of descriptive research. Okay. So after defining the problem in exploratory research, the descriptive research further describes the reason of the problem. Like for example, the net profit is going down. From the same example I am continuing. And the reason could be tourists no longer want to buy the product. But why tourists do not want to buy the product? That is something which needs a description. The reason could be that new similar destinations have come up in the close by area, and being a new one, tourist wants to go there. Or the reason could be that the coach drivers during the trips are not tourist friendly. It could be that a new destination has come up, or maybe your own, coach driver is not at all tourist friendly. Both these could be the reason for tourists no longer want to purchase your, product, and your net profitability is going down. So it is the time to change the transporter. So the reason could be any, and the findings of the descriptive research, it throws a light on the reason. So exploratory research finds out the problem. Descriptive research describes the problem. Now, the third one is causal research. Causal research is done to test hypothesis on cause and effect relation. Okay. So it checks the what if kind of a situation. Like for example, in the previous example which I have just now given you few minutes back, where a new destination has come up in the nearby area, the company may do a research to find out what if it acts as an add-on. Add-on means additional services at additional price. So what if the company adds an add-on trip to this place, this new destination which has come up? The finding of this research will be very interesting from the marketing management perspective, because this will actually tell the marketer whether it should add on this this additional destination as additional services provided, or should not. And there may be one more thing, company may be thinking about adding this new destination which is which has just emerged in the nearby place as an add-on, but after doing that research it found out that so many people they want to visit to this place, so instead of taking it as an add-on they may simply include it. Okay, include it in the tour itself. So the findings of the causal research are very interesting to know. So with the help of the same example, I have explained you exploratory research, descriptive research and the causal research. And managers usually start with exploratory research and later follow with descriptive or causal research. It depends after drafting the problem, like what is the problem. So with this, I am resting this particular lecture here. At the end of this lecture, I have given you 5 books. You can consult any of these books for further knowledge on these topics. Thank you.